No, now, Chike, no. How can your logo be looking like the Yapasidas Pomo? You're not into food business now. And again, you go to your website, talk about comedy. You come to social media, talk about sports.
Ademola Lookman! The night of his life!
And then you say you are into content writing and website design. How people understand what your identity is and what you stand for. See, you will not be inspiring, and trust me, you will not hit any target, and then you don't have a target audience. Say you are listening to me. So this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to show you 5 steps you can follow to have a strong brand identity. So number 1 is this: have a strong visual appeal. You see, your logo and your font styles and the colors you use have to be in sync. Don't go ahead using the colors of a rainbow, adding 7 colors and the rest of them, especially when you're not even dealing with kids. Your brand designs should reflect the kind of audience you want to attract. So if you're looking at the kind of logo you're designing, the color combination, the font styles, they have to be in sync. Don't use too many colors, especially for beginners like you. It will not help matters at all. Use maybe a maximum of 2-3 colors, and that will be fine. Then also, when you're choosing font styles, don't use the one that looks like 2 Chinese guys are fighting. No. Use a font style that is legible so people can see and read clearly. Okay? And then make sure everything is in sync. The designs you're putting out there have to be very, very appealing, very clear, very sharp, and very good. If you know how to create logo or designs, that are quite appealing, go ahead and hire someone who can do that for you so that your brand can have the right visuals, strong enough to attract the kind of audience you need. Number 2, tell an authentic story. You see, your mission, your vision statement, your core values, everything has to be authentic. And let people know the reason why you are different from others. What is your unique selling point? These are your authentic story. It has to be so authentic and original so people can get to relate to you and fall in love with your brand. So what is your mission statement? What's your vision statement? What are your core values? Are they all in sync with what you project, the services you render, and the business you are into? These things are quite key when you're trying to build a right brand identity. Trust me, it is not only strong visuals that you need. You also need to be concerned about your vision statement, your mission statement, your core values, and then the stories you put out there for people to be able to relate with your brand. And that is number 2, having an authentic story. Number 3, be consistent in your messaging. Now, when you go to your different platforms, you could have social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You could also have a website. What are the messages you're putting out there? Are they all the same or are they different? If you say you're into website design or you're into content creation or whatever it is, make sure that whatever you see in your website is the same with what you have on the social media platform or any other platform. Let your messaging be consistent. Let your patterns be consistent. Let the kind of content you put out there be consistent so that whenever they see your brand anywhere, all right, whether on ads, whether on Facebook, or on Instagram, or on your website, it would have to be the same. The same message, the same visual appeal, the same logo design, and everything will just be in sync. And definitely, they will be able to identify that this is your brand. And of course, they will tend to love you the more. So ensure that you're consistent in your messaging. Number 4, ensure you engage and listen to your audience. Most times, when people just put out content, they don't check the comment sections, especially social media. They don't go back to get feedbacks. They don't listen to the complaints of your target audience. This is one of the areas you must also key into clearly. By interacting with your audience or people who engage with your brand, you get to understand better the things you are doing right and the things you probably be doing wrong. And then with conversations, with further explanations, you are endearing them to you. You're getting closer to your audience and they get to also relate with you. Nobody likes to drop a comment and then nobody replies them. So make sure, if you can't do it yourself, find someone who will be interacting with your audience, especially on social media platforms, so that they can feel the closeness and they can get more entangled and closer to your brand, and they will love to do business with you when you do that. Number 5, evolve and adapt. Now, when I talk about evolve, do not stay the same way you started. You need to change with the trends. You need to adapt with the current situation. The world is fast moving. Things are always evolving. Things are changing. New techniques are coming out. New models are coming out. Do not stay stuck in the old way. Evolve with time. Follow the trends that are happening. adapt your business to also suit into what's happening. So if you need to change a thing or two, keep on changing, keep on looking at your competitors, see what they do differently, see what is trending at the moment, see what the new things in vogue, and also step up your game. Don't remain stuck, in the past. Don't do what BlackBerry did. I mean, then go out of the market. Rather, evolve like the Technos and the Infinix. I'm not saying those guys are the best, actually. Well, you see what they have done with their brands. When Techno came out, they had this, this Chinese loud sound kind of thing. But over the years, they have evolved. And now, anybody on average Nigerian can afford to use a Techno phone or an Infinix phone and don't feel embarrassed. Or the same thing that iPhone has done with their brands over the years. They've continued to evolve and meet up with standards, with their release of their different iPhone levels. Do the same thing with your business. Always evolve and adapt to the new circumstances and situations around you. For instance, there was a time when there was lockdown where people couldn't have the chance to meet physically, and most brands went online or working remotely. So these are things you must take into cognizance as a brand and then build gradually to make sure that these things all click and give you a better performance at the end of the day. So these are the 5 steps or the 5 things that you need to do if you want to build a strong brand identity. You see, these things I've mentioned do not just happen overnight. It takes time, patience, consistency, and hard work. So, Chike, do not do that thing you did last time of giving us a unrelated logo when you're not even in the food business, or having comedy and football in your website and your social media platforms. That is not good for your brand. Rather, evolve and make sure you do what is right. And these 5 steps will always guide you to become a better brand and then, of course, make more money. So that's all I have for you for today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.